Simulation games on the Switch are aplenty, and some like Power Wash Simulator or Goat Simulator are fantastic, but the vast majority are low effort cash grabs, and of all the genres, they're one of the most prolific when it comes to scam games. Now, I previously covered Virtual Mum Job Simulator Manager from Game to Top Corp on the channel, and as you'd expect, it was a complete shambles of a game promising complex tasks with elements of realism, time management, and the unique experience of being a true superhero. But now comes Mum Simulator 2023 from Desvault Games, who are pretty much the same publisher in disguise, and if you thought Virtual Mum was bad, you ain't seen nothing yet. So slip on those marigolds, because we're about to handle a big ol' steaming pile of shite. So no effort whatsoever again when it comes to a main menu with this one. We get an AI generated image of a woman who turns out to be Megan, who will apparently help us with household, but other than this there are some sound settings and an overview of the controls. Now, unlike Virtual Mum, this one is played from a first person perspective and it controls about as awful as you'd expect. Movement is clunky, you'll keep getting caught on the corner of walls and pieces of furniture, and the simple act of picking up objects is a bit of a dick dance as your button presses often fail to register. Your main mission in the game though is to be the best mum you can be, and the developers advertise it as a heartwarming life simulation game offering players a glimpse into the busy and fulfilling life of a modern day mum. Caring for your family, juggling chores and parenting, such as washing the family clothes, getting the kids ready for school and preparing meals. In actuality though, your family in the game doesn't even fucking exist. You wander around an empty house, cooking meals for nobody but yourself, doing washing and cleaning shit up after nobody decides to trash the place, and the only living creature is your dead fucking baby, which just lies on its changing table the whole time in a T-pose. To give you an insight though into just how terrible this game is and how little effort has actually been put into the simulation aspects though, let me run you through a few of the exciting tasks you'll be expected to complete in it. Now, you'll start each day by feeding the baby, and for this you'll mix some formula with some plain old cow's milk and then head upstairs to force it down your baby's throat as it lays swaddled like a maggot on the changing table. After this, you'll usually cook breakfast, and this can consist of eggs, which you'll pick up one by one out of the empty fridge, throw into a pan, and then, after setting out the plates, serve up to an empty table. You'll occasionally swap out the eggs for some bacon, or pour everyone out a glass of juice, and sometimes you'll even do these one after another, as though serving up all of them in one go was far too logical. But once everyone's eaten, it's then time to change the baby. Every day, like clockwork, this thing shits itself, and every day you'll whip off its nappy leaving it stark bollock naked, which even in a video game is a little bit of a creepy thing to behold. But you'll pop the shitty nappy into a nappy bin which never gets emptied, and then pop a clean nappy on the baby before leaving it to its own devices. Now, the rest of the day is usually filled with other kinds of chores, which include cleaning up trash, which involves gathering up bits of rubbish one by one, tossing them into a bin and then taking it out to an outside bin, searching high and low for dirty clothes, which again placed one by one into a laundry basket to be washed and then dumped in a closet, or sweeping up dust by grabbing a broom and then clicking on patches of it on the floor. Finally, after you've finished all of these chores, you'll get to cook dinner, which 9 times out of 10 is going to be potato and cabbage soup. Yum yum. But occasionally you'll get to make hot dogs or burgers, which involve taking cold raw meat out from the fridge, dropping them into some buns and topping them off with a nice squeeze of mustard, or in the case of burgers, topping them with cheese, tomatoes and pickles. And on one occasion, I got to bake a big ass birthday cake, which I can only assume I devoured alone. Now, I lasted about 5 or 6 days in the game, and let me tell you now, this one is like the mum equivalent of Groundhog Day. The variety of tasks is practically laughable, and you repeat the same shit over and over, with all of them involving nothing more than clicking a series of objects, with the monotony of it all only growing as the amount of trash or clothing you have to hunt down increases with every passing day. The eShop description mentions getting the kids ready for school, helping them with the homework and organising family outings, but I'm calling bullshit on that one. Your family left you, your baby is actually just a reborn doll you bought as a coping mechanism, and you don't play as a mum at all. You play as a fat fucking mess of a man called Dave who likes to eat raw meat and celebrates his birthday alone. Do not buy this game, you will regret it, and do not support these fucking jokers by buying any of their other games. Midnight Works, Desvolt Games, Game to Top Corp, you're all a disgrace to the gaming community, and the sooner Nintendo bans your ass and your companies go under for fraud, the better off the rest of us will all be. That is it though for this one. I do hope you enjoyed my suffering, and I do hope I managed to save you a bit of time and cash. If I did, drop a like to show your appreciation. Be sure to check out my Scam Games playlist for more on these publishers and the type of shit they're putting out, and consider subscribing to the channel for more Nintendo Switch reviews and content. Until next time though, thanks once again for watching, take care of yourselves, and game on.